Last year, I tried to fill an entire brand new colouring book in just 24 hours. This year, we're back with a new colouring book and new art supplies. But I want to make good art that I'm actually proud of. Is that going to be possible in 24 hours? I'll meet you back here first thing. We're going to find out. 6 a.m? Let's do this. Clothes, a little bit of makeup. This is gonna be a long day. And the hair routine is just taken out of a bun. This time around, we have a brand new colouring book by Creative Paula, and there are 30 drawings, so hopefully we're gonna have a little bit more time to make them better. Get some lovely non-streaky colours down, maybe try a little bit of blending, try out some different techniques. That's the name page done, but it looks like this book is themed around these two characters, the Weebos. But we're not sticking to a colour palette. Every single page is gonna be different. Oh no, some of these markers are really not working. Luckily, there's another orange. You know what? I am loving this background colour and the colour palette in general. Pink and orange? Maybe the next one should be different. There are lily pads. So green? Blue? I just wanna turn it off, just... Okay, I think those two background colours are a little bit too different from each other. That's not quite a blend. I think this page needs a little bit more green. Something I've been doing a lot lately, which you might have seen in the 5-hour colouring challenge that came out last month, is choosing limited colours. In this case, we have blue and green. That is pretty much it, but there's loads of different varieties. Sometimes I think a colouring page actually looks better with less colours. It's a theory. Let me know, what do you think? Do you think this works? What is that, like number 3, and we've already moved on to patterns? I'm sorry, I am obsessed. It looks crazy, it looks chaotic, but it's so much fun to make. If you've never tried adding patterns to a colouring book instead of colouring it, why don't you give it a try? It's a lot of fun. That's personally one of my favourite colouring techniques that doesn't really count as a colouring technique at all, but we will be trying a lot more later on. I love how minimalist this one is. Alcohol markers is a great start. We've got a lot of pages to get through. We really need that momentum. Sticking to one medium, simple colour palettes, and really just trying to see how many we can create. Again, on the patterns. Oh, I don't know what's wrong with me. Alrighty, shall we have a little stretch, go for a bit of a walk? We actually have all of these packages to go and drop off. Honestly, I'm in love with that washi tape we created. Oh, it works so well. Thank you for all of the orders. We are only 5 down though, which is a little bit concerning, but I guess we had the extra page at the beginning. Okay, let's do it. That's every single order on their way now. There's nothing open on the shop, which is super exciting. If you don't know, I have a small business. I sell prints and stickers, original art, lino prints. We have a lot of stuff on there. Next up, I've got an idea. I want to use a brand new art supply that I completely forgot I had. It's in here. This is a little bit rammed. It's okay. Here they are. Colored fine liner, but I think they have a brush tip. They are kind of like calligraphy pens. Maybe, I don't know, we'll find out. So I'm guessing this is ink. I wonder if we can blend. Let's try that. Oh, maybe they aren't brushes at all. That's not what I had in mind. So we're probably just going to be able to do a patterned one for this. Yeah, that's really quite thin. I don't think this is gonna work. Yeah, why does it look so patchy? Apparently it might be a bit patchy at the beginning. I mean, maybe I could test it for like the Daily Doodle Diary or something. You don't know what the Daily Doodle Diary is. This is this year's sketchbook. It's a diary where you draw on it every day. Oh, that's already looking a little bit big. I've actually been doing it for 2 years. We're now going into year 3. If you want to have a nice little binge watch, there are a ton of videos in the playlist. I'll pop it down below. Like, maybe it'll be better because that one's a little bit smaller. I guess it is designed for writing. Maybe like a little area, see if we can fill it in. That's kind of a look, I guess. We're also going to have a look later on at some viral trends, different coloring techniques. I've also got oil pastels and those weird outline markers, which we can give a try. Yeah, that looks very odd. Oh, what about some stripes? Brush doesn't seem to go much thicker either. I mean, I would hope that this will bring it to life, really. Oh, I think the sections are a little bit smaller than that, aren't they? Well, we tried. Okay, so it hasn't turned out how I would have liked. What do we do about that? It was pretty clear early on that it wasn't going to work, so we adapted, changed, tried to make the most of it, and it's turned out a lot better by changing. If I actually tried to colour it in with these pens, it probably would have looked way worse. I think when it comes to perfectionism, it's important to remember your limitations. We are using art supplies we don't know, and we're on paper that isn't designed for many mediums. Also, there's a time limit. In reality, every single piece of art could be improved if you use the best art supplies and spend an extra 50 hours on it. Most of us don't have that, so why are we striving for perfectionism? Why are we thinking we could create something perfect when we haven't got the right parameters to create perfection? It's not gonna happen. So what do? Move on. It's fine. Let's move on to the next one. Literally, don't be so hard on yourself. Oh, this is cute. Let's find a new art supply. Keeping it weird, how's about we try the glitter pens? These. They might spread a lot because that's kind of the point. It's like alcohol marker, I think, and then it has acrylic in the middle. That's my guess. I'm not sure. So I guess the first question is, how much does it spread by? Orange? Maybe we won't completely fill it in then. Maybe it might be better if we leave some gaps. Don't know if it's just me that's obsessed with the patterns. Oh, why don't we do a little bit of the tail as well? Maybe the lighter orange. Have I not used this one? Oh, I haven't. Okay. Honestly, I think I'm gonna do the rest of it in pattern because otherwise we're gonna get through these markers so quickly. Yeah, I feel like I'm literally just watching it go down. There's a lot of strawberries in this book. To be honest, I think I've only used them the once. It was for the first How Much Art Can You Make in my art prompt book. Oh, that is strange. Oh, there we go. Pop the red here. These are really quite cool, I'm gonna be honest. They're just a little bit small. I think we might be done. What is it about red eyes that I actually love? Once again, that didn't go to plan. Oh, it's kind of shiny though. Do you see that? 6, 7. I want to finish the next 3 before having lunch. And it is, oh, this is a little cutie. Are we really gonna make everything pink? I mean, pink just works so well for this. Oh no, it went on to the next page. The last colouring book, the last 24-hour challenge, had a lot of water-based mediums. We used watercolour pans as well as a palette, gouache, there were bullet tip acrylic markers, some crazy big oil pastels, as well as colouring pencils. Okay, now I've got to say, controversial opinion. I know colouring pencils is where we all started with colouring books. I do not reach for them. Alcohol markers are so much fun. faster than colour pencil. And for a colouring book like this is from Amazon, so it's Amazon paper. It's the same as the How Much Art Can You Make book, so I'm actually quite familiar with the paper. Still, it handles wet mediums a lot better than colour pencils. In order to make colour pencils look good, you need good pencils, good paper, lots of layering, lots of techniques. It seems like they are a simple art supply, but they're so difficult to actually make them look good. Like, do you agree, or is that just me? What medium do you find hard? If you're enjoying this video, why don't you go ahead and give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already. 5 24-hour challenges now, so there's a lot like this. I'm thinking we're gonna need a nice brand new black, because this is the idea. I saw it on Temu Danso's YouTube channel. We're trying the glow effect technique. First, we need to color the entire page in black. It might work, it might not. And hopefully we'll be able to see the lines afterwards. Okay, it's going a little patchy because we're working so quickly. You know what? I just think it's gonna be a bit patchy. Let's do this last little bit. Okay, so the next step is to grab a white acrylic marker. I usually reach for a brush pen because they're elite, okay? But that's not going to be super opaque, so I think we're going to want a bullet. Maybe this one? Where is it? Oh, I don't know. Oh, I found it. Okay, so the idea is that we go over the lines now. Oh, maybe I could have done with it being a little bit bigger, actually. It's okay, we're gonna add other colors around. Some parts are a little bit hard to see. Oh, I just realized we're starting on the bottom right, so now I'm gonna have to go over it to do the rest, and it's probably gonna be wet. I can see this, and hopefully we can, I just desperately do not want to smudge this. Like, that would be even worse. I suppose a lot of it's getting covered up anyway, so it doesn't matter if it's not perfect. Okay, that's not too bad. Next, I believe we grab colors. We've got like a couple of neons, which will literally be perfect. Pink. We need a green, don't we? We have these colors and we're gonna go around certain edges. I believe you go around the outside of the white line. The shakeable acrylic markers are just so much more opaque. Oh, I'm kind of losing the line completely now though. Anyone seeing the vision? Because I'm not seeing the vision right now. It seems like in this book everything is a little bit close to the edge. Well, this is so watery. This can't be right. But it is glowy, so we'll stick with it. I'm struggling to trust the process with this, seriously. Okay, so I guess the white on top is actually essential. This is crazy. Like, it's working. It's actually working. Oh, I think we're done. That was incredibly messy and took so much longer than I would have guessed. But it kind of works, right? You know, I'm kind of having fun with these acrylic markers, so I think we're going to stick with these. We need to get a move on. So far, literally 10 hours down. And we're not even halfway yet.
I want you to know how I feel. Say it, I just think that I might have to spell it out for you. So listen here. I want this all to be crystal clear. Oh, I care about you more than life.
Next up, we've got, oh, who is this little cutie? It's got like flowers for hair, but it's kind of looking like a hedgehog to me. There are wings and it's standing upright, so definitely a weeaboo. Is not a hedgehog.
In my heart, in my chance, if you feel just a bit of the same, then come over, baby, stop playing this game.
On to the next page. We are speeding through this now. And back to alcohol markers. We didn't use them at all for the last 24-hour challenge, but this time they are just so much simpler than other mediums. Like, I'm trying to use the acrylic markers, but if you accidentally go over the black line, you go over the black line. They're opaque. Alcohol markers are a little bit more forgiving. It's not too bad for the pattern ideas because you have a little bit more control, but you know, sometimes you can be colouring in an entire area and go a little bit crazy and not have control of the edges. Water-based markers as well, they are a lot more forgiving. When it comes to colouring, some mediums are just simpler. Okay, already this is not looking how I thought it would. I think it might be fast, but at what cost? Oh, we're over halfway now. That's good. What about the green here? Oh, it's sticky. Maybe this should be brown? How are we gonna pull this together? Seriously? Maybe it should be green into a different color? You're gonna have to trust the process on this. I actually haven't used the oil pastel since the last 24-hour challenge, I don't think. Not a medium I'd reach for. Let's grab this light yellow. Now I'm thinking we grab a really dark color like this blue and see if we can go over and create a new line. Maybe we should go just a little bit over these leaves. We've committed, so we'll finish this. Oh, this is not it. We're gonna do it anyway. Give it our best shot. That's how many are done, and that's all we have left to go. So far, 11 hours 48. Oh, we're halfway, so that's something. This is a little cave weeaboo. Okay, looking at it from a distance with this color palette, it's kind of cute. Up close, not so much. I think we're gonna have to move on from this medium. I've always wanted to like oil pastels, but they're just incredibly difficult. So I had this idea of creating an entire page that's filled with cross-hatching, but the colors and directions change a little bit. I'm not quite sure about the execution, but the concept is there, right? Oh no, it's the weird purple marker. Look at this shape. These are actually felt tip pens. Because of that, they don't really blend. They're not really juicy. So I'm thinking, why don't we kind of dry brush with them, right? Like if we know it's not gonna look good filled in, because they're also very dark, why don't we use the white of the page that's already there? At this point, I am incredibly tired. And my creativity generally comes in late at night when I'm trying to sleep. When I have a coloring book in front of me and art supplies, it doesn't happen. That's why I love having something like the daily doodle diary or like a messy sketchbook, which we actually just toured on Sunday. They are perfect for getting down those ideas, those little chaotic sketches, the ideas you get late at night. Because when I have art supplies in front of me, when I'm ready to create, the ideas do not come naturally. But that's okay, we're all different. 13 hours have passed. That's a lot. And I think this art supply might be a one and done. Not feeling it. I'm so tired, I don't want to. We have been going for 16 hours. It's 10:30. I'm thinking maybe we could head over to TikTok, see if there's a simple coloring technique we haven't tried yet. But we have 7 pages. Let's see if we can find something. Ooh, a pattern. Possibly we could give this a try. Maybe the leopard, like a quilt. Should we give that a go? I don't know. I don't know if this is gonna work. Oh, why don't we grab these? These ones are actually a little bit more muted, which might work if we're creating a slightly more realistic piece. A quilt that has stars on it, so it kind of looks like the night sky. That could be cool. Oh, hang on. We could use this for the stars. And then maybe do this a dark blue, vintage navy. Fill all of this in if we can. Oh, let's try not to make a mistake there. Okay, let's grab a lighter blue and just do this edge here. We want to add some checkerboard lines apparently. I kind of like it as is, really. Can you guess where the leopard print's gonna be? I don't know what to do with that. Oh no, why does this always happen? There we go, it's fine. So for the leopard print, print, blobs, I guess whilst it's still slightly wet, and then maybe light walnut. If we fill in the area, maybe it's not dark enough. Let me try with the brush end. Oh, there's a lot of different areas actually. Oh, this is a big one. Okay, why don't we add some more little blobs to this one? And then we've got the lighter trees as well at the front. I don't know, how would you approach a scene like this? Then we're just gonna grab the same color and do the other trees. More blobs. I guess we could add some here as well. Sure, let's do this yellow too. A mark on either side in a darker color. Is this working? I can't really tell. Although actually it's on the blue, isn't it? So we're probably not going to see any of the yellow anyway. Following these patterns, we've created this, which I actually really love. Oh, that's such a fun idea. Should we have a look and see if we can find another one? Oh, no. Oh, okay, something happened there. Oh, this is a cool idea with the dramatic lighting, but I'm not sure. I guess we could do it from that side. Obviously, we have this, though, which we're probably going to have to cover up. Oh, it just happened again. Honestly, none of these transfer sheets fit this book. This isn't even part of the technique. Oh my, why is it taking so long? So the idea is that we get a light color and just kind of guess where the light is. Definitely the top of this petal, I reckon. Maybe a little bit on the tail even. I do not know if this is gonna work at all. Where is it getting that pink from? It doesn't look like lighting really, does it? Maybe this one? Just gonna try and do what we can. Oh, we could do this area here, which I think breaks up the cave. Just a little bit in the bottom of the leaves as well, perhaps. I mean, so many things went wrong, but it looks cute. I can see the concept, I see the idea. Not a fan of the execution. Next, I have an idea of my own. I want to fill the entire page with one color and actually grab a black India ink marker and try and make the lines interesting. Stylize monochrome? I don't know if it's gonna work. It might be fun though. Let's try it. In a way, this is kind of reminding me of those reverse coloring books, right? Where you get like blobs on the page and then draw what you see. Because we are not coloring right now. I don't even know if it's gonna work. It's this ink pen from Pentel, just trying to go in and make some bold lines, stylize, make the most of that brush tip, and honestly, I'm kind of obsessed. What do you think? Yay or nay? It's almost midnight and almost 18 hours. It's time. We have reached that point. The gouache is out. I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but we're here. This is a fantastic medium for colouring, if you don't really care, because it's so simple. Watercolour kind of spreads across the page. This medium doesn't do that. So not only does it fill areas quick and it's not really patchy and you can kind of blend, you can also colour one section right next to the other. So that's what we're doing. We are smashing this final handful. Let's just paint them any old colour, whatever's on this messy palette from last time. Let's get it done. We can do it. Aside from this crazy lot, I'm actually a lot happier with everything we've created this time around. The colouring book is adorable. I love that it has a cute little theme. A lot of fruit, a lot of forests. So cute. We got to try the glow technique, which I absolutely love. I totally want to do that again. Maybe not in a colouring book. Maybe we just create art in that style. For the create this book or something, like that was really cool. I wonder if we can use it for our own drawings. Do you think that would work? Maybe. The patterns as well, absolutely love those. Not quite sure we managed the leopard print, but the quilt is fun. And I think I want to dedicate some time to oil pastels. Maybe plan a video around it. Try and actually learn how to use them. I mean, the art would look pretty cool as a sticker, wouldn't it? I think so. We have just just 2 pages left, and this has been a super productive 24 hours. I can't believe we're back here almost a year later, but it's a fantastic challenge. You know, we have a lot of 24-hour challenges on here, and I'm so proud of myself for doing it. It's been an experience, that's for sure. We are almost there. I'm gonna grab the outline markers and just add a couple of little areas so it's kind of mixed media. You know when you're so tired you know you're not gonna do a good job? Yeah, that's why I just went for it. Maybe we could do like some little lines. Oh, I think I need to press that down. Maybe a brown? I think it works because I'm kind of seeing these as like little teddy bears really. That's a proper spiral. It's kind of looking like a mouse. And lastly, we'll grab this color to do this final edge. Oh, that's it, we're done. How long? Just past 19 hours. And it's 1 in the morning. Oh, that is so crazy. I think that's a little bit longer than last time, but we did take our time. Here is a quick look at every single page we completed today in the sun so we can see it all clearly. Let me know down below which one is your favorite. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe and make sure you check out this video next to see the first ever coloring book we created in 24 hours. Thank you very much for joining me today. Why don't you go create some art and I'll meet you back here in a few days' time.